Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Problematic Gentleman Podcast official first fucking episode. You know what I'm saying? We having a good time. We want to let y'all know it's so much content that we going to drop on your heads. I mean, we had difficulty trying to come across the topic that we wanted to bring up first, but this is something that, like I said, we are excited to put out. You know what I mean? So many things we're going to be discussing on a weekly basis, one episode a week. For the first official topic, I know y'all waiting for it. I would drum roll, but I don't want to do too much. The first official topic that we will be bringing up is, what's supposed to say?
Accountability.
You don't like that, do you? You hate that
because
shit.
It makes you look at yourself and realize the piece of shit motherfucker that you are.
Sad to say.
Men and women, this is not.
Oh yeah, we're not doing no bashing at all whatsoever. This is extremely, what they call that shit nowadays? You know, sex fluid?
Gender fluid? I don't know, that sounds like some body business. But gender fluid out here. We respect all genders or whatever you believe you are.
Right, whatever it is. But I remember the joint it was a joint on Family Guy where the nigga was like, they was like a gender fluid episode, they making jokes on it. Nigga was like, he came outside, he was like, I identify as a basketball. The nigga had a basketball in his head, but
you didn't respect that basketball person. He down the court every day. Push that too.
But get into the shits, directly to the shits, yo. With this accountability shit, we're gonna break it up in segments because we do understand that, you know, there's certain stages, certain tiers, certain levels of it. So, fellas, starting off with it, please explain to me certain things, little tidbits that you expect when it comes to accountability in the talking stage. So before you're trying to get a feel for the female, trying to figure out where it could go, what y'all gonna be. What kind of things do you like to see from the opposite party that you expect to move on to the next stage?
Let me see. Initially, we talking about just talking stage, right?
Yes.
Right. So initially in the talking stage, because I don't want to never kill somebody for what they do because I'm just meeting them for the first time because those might be a habit. So it's I would like to see communication, consistent communication. If we're getting to know each other, whether I got your number because I ran down on you outside or the mall, wherever, or I met you off a dating app or whatever, and just I jumped in your DMs on Instagram. If we obviously have a fondness for each other and attraction to each other, why is communication such a hard thing? And why again, I'm only speaking from a male's perspective, why is a lot of times women act like their phone isn't attached to their hip 100% of the time? Because what I see a lot is women will say, oh, I'm sorry, I don't even be checking my phone like that, I don't check my DMs like that, I don't check my text messages like that. You's a motherfucking liar because we are, first of all, this is 2020, we are all millennials at this point. And I assume most of the people who are watching this podcast are millennials. We have our phones attached to our hips. You ever take your phone away? You ever had your phone taken away or moved along?
How we started? You ever lose your phone?
You don't know
about 10 minutes. You won't know the time, the day, how to get anywhere.
You like Fred Flintstone out that bitch. So it's please don't act like
caveman. Yeah, that's so weird. I was about to say I like how I said we not going bash and we started off bam, 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 bam.
I mean, it is what it is. And we talking about what we experienced. So it's when I hear you say that, oh, I'm sorry, I don't check my DMs like that. How you get your notifications come through your bar? How I don't understand how you say you're not checking your notifications. So you're not gonna sit here and tell me you're not on your phone because that's a lie.
I honestly think a lot of that shit is an excuse to just kind of throw a piss party as to how you go about your communication efforts. I think a lot of times women, and I will always say this, I feel like women focus too much on trying to make the man run in circles when it comes to the beginning stages of getting to know each other. Showcase,
work.
Yes,
or making him have to show effort.
Showcase how much you're willing to run around for me. And I think as males in our stage of life right now, our age, I think that that's something that we just simply don't entertain as often as they would like. So it becomes more of an issue for us. But personally,
and again, to cut him off, when we are talking about these things, we aren't talking about guys that ain't got nothing going for themselves.
Right.
The dudes that blow your phone up 40, 50 times. We are talking about guys who actually...
Y'all niggas like that make me sick, bro. You make life hard.
I'm gonna be honest, y'all should probably be lined up and shut them out. Y'all make shit so hard. Y'all dudes like that, and not to jump over your point, I'm gonna let you right back to it. Right. But you dudes that being instant... Y'all, facts, we're gonna be back to you. Y'all dudes that be in chicks Instagram comments saying, hey, good morning, beautiful. First of all, why is your 17th good morning any different from the nigga's 15th or the 12th or the 9th? Please stop making it. You give her so much attention, and because I'm never mad at the woman, I'm never mad at the group of women or women as a whole, it's like, because y'all getting blown up from these dudes that are making y'all act like this. So I'm not never mad at y'all. It's just like, y'all dudes gotta move better. Stop like blowing these chicks up. Like, of course, we all trying to strike, we all trying to get a girl, we all trying to fuck, we all trying to be in relationships, whatever. But y'all don't have to like go about it in a clownish fuckboy simp manner or a beta male manner.
And that honestly directly revolves right back around to the idea of like I said, they see, if I'm a female and I put myself in her shoes and I constantly see a bunch of these fuck niggas running around commenting on everything I do on Facebook or Instagram, and then they want to, doing everything they possibly can to shoot a shot, gassing me the fuck up. If I'm going to expect, as she should in that moment, every other man to do the same, but it's like naturally, mom, you don't respect those type of guys. You know you don't. So you want a nigga like me, but you just want to see if I'm going to be able to bite the bait like the rest of these niggas. That's something I can assure you I would never do. I can assure you these two niggas next to me would never do. No. So that really does directly align into the poor lines of the communication that I feel like a lot of relationships, not even relationships, more so starting with the talking stage, a lot of that shit occurs because a lack of real niggas that's available for females. And I think they just see a bunch of fuck shit constantly all the time, and it makes it difficult for them. You feel me? So
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, we can say we hate that shit on there, but it's never gonna stop. That kind of rhetoric with dudes trying to like approach women and just like some thirsty behavior, it's never gonna stop, because one, that's what women thrive off of, especially in this social media driven age. Women thrive off of attention, and women have thrived off of attention since the beginning of time.
Right.
But on the platform that they have now, all of them think they're special. And FYI, you're not. You're all not special. You all have vaginas, and you're not special. You are not more special, more funny, more smart than the next bro. You're not. Newsflash.
Ladies, you are special. He's not saying.
Brandon be like, I got that humble suit for you. What you want?
You know what I'm saying?
Five of
Don't just think he's just saying you ain't shit. Right. But you are special. You're just not special in the aspect of that.
You're not special to the world. You're special to you. But you're not special to the world. You're special to G's.
Hit up the Pop Back Dumb podcast.
Look, he's saying that until you built like a refrigerator. Then it's like he ain't
yo.
So all that hit up G shit, that shit cute until you built like a motherfucking panda.
Hey yo. See, this is the thing now.
Jordan trying to do something if you about to something.
Yo, voluptuous ladies, look, I'm gonna keep it real with you. This is my most recent ex. Yes, my most recent ex. Very beautiful female. You know your name. I'm not gonna say your name, but you know who you are. She was 220, and I'm
glad you got a cap on for this, because it's a whole lot of that about to go on.
What you mean? Come on, bro. You're not gonna my ex.
I'm not talking about your ex, but go ahead. I'm not talking.
Oh no! Don't get me wrong. See, the thing about Shorty though, my ex, you know what I mean? Like I said, when I get to the voluptuous shit, because he got a plan. You built like a Chrysler Town and Country. You look like a shop.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not interested in that shit.
If you built like a Blastoise, bitch, stop it. You're not special, and don't walk around this earth thinking you need to be catered to, because you will not. You will not be catered to.
But it was one nigga, I forgot, rest in peace, I forgot his name. It was some sort of transvestite nigga. He got big. Come on, can I explain what the nigga did? He got big on him. He got big on him.
Was he
he got big on YouTube.
Was he a transsexual or a transvestite? Transvestite means you was born with both genitals. Transvestite means you got surgery done.
I'm drunk. I had a lot to keep. I'm sorry, transsexual. Thank you for that, Brandon.
See, we hear the problematic podcast sometimes. All people.
He got big because he said some real shit. He was doing a video. He was like, "Hey, look, don't be getting upset if niggas don't want you, bitch. If you're bad built, you're bad built. Like it's simple as that." But once let me get back to what I was saying.
There's somebody out there for everyone. For the bad bitches. It's just not us.
With the voluptuous shit, my ex, like I said, she was 220 though, bro. But she was a former D1 swimmer. So that shit was tight. And it was sexy. Right.
It was here.
I remember hitting that thing from the bin that thing bounced like a motherfucking neck. Like a motherfucking neck. I love that shit. But anyway, getting back to the shit, we see we on a tangent. So with the community. No, you started talking about voluptuous women, nigga.
No, first of all, I didn't even use that word. I said Blastoise built bitch.
Yeah,
I try to be polite.
I'm not being polite.
But getting back to the communication shit. So with that specifically, like I said, I think honestly, I'm happy that Brandon brought that shit up, because I think that's something that we all struggle with from rip. I tell people that all the time. One of my very good go-to questions, when you slide in, niggas is all on dating apps, right? When I slide in on Hinge, one of my go-to questions to meet somebody is like, what's the one I say? I always ask them like, what trait would you say men find the most desirable about yourself? Just to kind of get an idea of what they feel.
They gonna say what they think is most desirable, not what men think.
That's the part. But that says a lot to me though, if they do say some bullshit like that, because it's like you gotta honestly sit down and think about what the opposite sex would think highly of you on. Right. And then sometimes bitches say dumb shit to go to showcase and they don't have much to offer.
They think I'm funny though, bitch. Like, you got fat ass.
Like, yo, it's funny that you said, cause Shorty, I said that, I asked her and Shorty, I said, no, bitch, you got fat ass. But I asked Shorty that and she was like,
your throat game supreme,
she was like, I said, I don't know, I guess I'm funny with the like the shoulder shrug emoji. I was like, so you offer nothing. Thank you.
So, has she made you laugh?
What happened?
Has she made you laugh yet?
Yo, can I just say this? 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 Can I call this ISO real quick?
Go ahead, let me clear out.
No woman is funny. Y'all not funny. There is no such thing as no. Let me preface it like this. What woman have you laughed at that you wasn't trying to fuck? That you generally made you laugh that you wasn't. No, answer the question.
I'm a bad person to ask that because y'all know I love women. I be wanting to fuck me. But
you want to what? You want to what?
I be wanting to fuck you.
Thank you.
Just because I be wanting to fuck don't mean I be like,
No, I'm not saying you do that. Well, I'm not saying you do that. But what I'm saying is, what woman generally made you laugh, like, generally made you laugh that you weren't trying to fuck? Yeah, I know it's a short list.
How often do you talk to bitches that you don't?
That I'm not trying to just fuck
every day.
No, but like
you don't go to work and say hi to you. Go to the store.
I'm talking about on a consistent basis. I'm talking about on a consistent basis to where we're having conversations where jokes and shit where we laughing. I mean, it's been girls that I've said hi and bye to that made me laugh, but I know some females that are funny though.
Are they attractive?
Would I have sex with them? Yeah.
All right, then that's what goes out the window. All that shit goes out the window the minute you say you when you wanted to fuck him. Because if a bitch that's built like a level 47 Dragonite started saying some shit like that to you, and you know she ugly, you know she bad built, you know you have no interest, you're not about to sit up there smiling and keep it for her.
But it's been some females that I've been like, damn, I was smashed shorty. But that doesn't mean that I'm just trying like, I'm trying to fuck you. Like, but again, I'm not laughing.
You're misconstruing it because you keep trying to say like, I would fuck her, and it's I'm not just saying that. You already let it be known that you're trying to fuck her. I'm saying a woman that you are not attracted to what woman that you're not attracted to has generally made you laugh? No. I know that. Has that happened to you either?
I can't recall top of my head.
Because it don't exist. Don't be funny. Ladies, because I'm calling the ISO right now because they getting back on help defense. I'm calling the ISOs.
How much ISO you gonna call?
Because nigga, but what I'm saying is a lot of the time, ladies, you just gotta be like, and I'm only going there because you said this because you saying like what are women's best qualities, and they'll say, I don't know, I guess I'm funny. You're not funny. He was laughing a storm up with you because he wanted to fuck.
But when you say he was laughing because he wanted to fuck, I don't be laughing just because I'm trying to fuck. Shit be funny sometimes.
But it's some shit,
right? Like if you say something that's funny, nigga, I like
you're allowing yourself to like be vulnerable and like allow the jokes to be funny because you, in the long game, you see it's like fucking her. Like
no.
At the end of the day, they both proved what I said was right. They have not come across one when they found it.
Bro, I'm gonna keep it G real with you. All the moments that I would have with a female that I'm not trying to fuck, and whether they said something funny or not, they're not memorable. Nigga, I had so many moments. I might randomly walk into a fucking CVS and a bitch can say something funny, and I forget about it 20 minutes later.
As a bitch that looked like Majin Buu generally made you laugh.
I mean,
thank you.
I promise we're gonna get back to communication. I'm not how you got to this.
I'm going back to the kids.
That's why ugly bitches be funny.
They have to work when they're trying to be funny.
If they trash, they gotta be funny.
Why do they have to be?
Because they trash.
Fellas.
All right, let's go back to what George said.
Okay, so Brandon brought up. Remember we doing this topic by topic basis, nigga. So you feel me? Okay. So Brandon said communication. Now, Mike, I'm gonna ask you the exact same question. In the talking stage with Dave, is there some?
Make sure y'all phone is my mom. I thought I said it silent. Make sure y'all phone is mom.
That's the Android like.
Bro, what is it silent?
I don't want his.
That's another thing.
Mom, don't call me in the podcast. The house not on fire.
Alright, so get back to the communication shit. Is there anything in specific that you would say in a talking stage you expect a female to do?
In the talking stage?
Yeah, like certain things, certain accountability moments that you really like enjoy seeing in the talking stage.
He said communication.
That's the number one. I feel like that's something that can be discussed.
Texting back and forth.
Like, what kind of shit is it that you like? You know what I'm saying? With a chick in the beginning stage.
Cause the communication was so broad, like as far as talking stage, that's really the biggest thing I would expect out of a woman, not relationship. Now in a relationship, that's a different thing. But to the talking stage, if you're able to communicate, and then as far as like anything else that's not physical, maybe actually being with you, I feel like it ain't really too much. Just starting off the talking stage that is really needed to be accountable of. I guess your time. Be accountable with your time.
That's a real good one.
Definitely be accountable with your time. And I don't mean it like, oh, I'll text you at 2. I'm actually like, are you on time with what you're doing?
Right.
Like, how are you doing with your life? Like, do you like being a late person? Like, if you're a late
that
person,
punctuality shit is important,
stage,
bro.
If I say, hey, let's go out on this date let's be there 5:30. It's get to like 5:15, 5:30. I'm heading my way. You shoot me the text like, oh, I'm gonna be a little late because.
That be that shit.
That's gonna kind of turn me up.
Honestly, bro, that's that shit that I feel like, bro, and we've been taught this since fucking jits. Like, first impression is everything. And I'm not saying that about a fucking job interview. I'm not saying about meeting somebody.
Can you tell me
like
jit is? Because I said that before or something. Like, a lot of people.
Oh, it's a baby.
It's a Florida term.
Yeah.
But it means like you're a young person, child.
So when you're extremely young. So when I'm younger, you know what I mean, we all were taught that, I'm talking about from kindergarten stages, pre-K stages, that like, you know, first impression is everything. So it's like in the dating stage, when I'm trying to really get to know you, that's something that I prioritize. I want to let you know, especially if I have an intention that I know with you can go past the talking stage. So if I look at that situation and I'm thinking to myself like, damn, she really is making sure she's punctual, making sure she's on time in ways that she might beat me to the punch of the day and stuff like that. It's the little things specifically for me that I really enjoy and love to see. And I'm happy you brought that up because I feel like that's something that goes under the radar way too often. Brandon brought up the communication shit, and the time shit is just as essential.
Yeah, and another thing with the time, if you can't, we're not saying you gotta be perfect. We're just saying, as women, you guys will throw a lot of excuses. When is it time to be accountable? Oh, I'm late because of traffic, or I'm late because of...
Excuses build around nothingness.
I left a little late, I'll be there a little late. I'd rather take a response like that. Again, we are coming as 3 men with our shit in order.
But that's being accountable, bro. What you just said, that's being accountable. When you said, hey, I'm being a little late, this happened, or I was running late from work, I got a late work, or traffic's here. A lot of them like, hey, I'm sorry I'm late. Or they'll just show up one day on time, and it's like, why do you feel the need that my time is just dispensable like that? Because I made plans to clear out my evening and hang out with you because I'm making you a priority. I'm trying to show you that I would like to get to know you, that you possibly may mean something to me. Not like super emotional deep that way, but it's like, I'm clearing time for you. I'm clearing my day for you in a point in my day so we can hang out. I would like to get to know you and see where this goes.
Yes, sir.
Why are you then wasting my time and being unapologetic about it? Fuck you.
It really what it boils down to.
I was just about to finish it. Pause. How you unapologetic. That's the biggest part. Back to accountability. When you can make those mistakes, or you come up and it's like hee or oh, it was something. No. It's okay to say you were wrong.
Right.
Listen to me, women. It is okay.
I promise you.
To say.
It doesn't hurt to say that.
I assure you,
wrong.
You will not spontaneously combust.
You won't blow up. You won't die. You will just be wrong. It's okay.
It's okay. Once again, and that's another thing. Like I will say, like that. Like you said, this shit. I like how this shit is swinging directly into what we all feel. Like you said, communication, time. I think honestly, making sure that you are accountable in those moments and being able to admit when you're wrong. When you do something wrong, when you make a mistake. To me, that would be my go-to. Like I said, y'all both said y'all two things. My shit is like making sure that you understand how vital it is to be like, yo, in this scenario, I have to admit I did something wrong. It's something that I could have done differently, and I understand that I understand that I have to take the back seat on what he's saying and then respect it. A lot of times women don't. I've known from Rick, whether you in the talking stage or relationship stage, women hate hearing that they're wrong, and it's been times, bro. To speak on it, the word, bro. And I can't. I have so many horror stories with this shit. When a female apologizes, you ever notice sometimes how like condescending they can be about the
I'm
apology?
sorry you felt like this.
Fucking guy, bro. When I hear that shit,
bitch.
I'm gonna be real with you. Like in a lot of my relationships, that's something. That's like when chicks tell me I'm sorry, I almost don't even want to hear it to a degree because that's something that I used to always hear follow it up.
She's not even taking it. Which I tell every woman I date going forward because I had like I was in a relationship before where that just kind of wasn't there as much. Much respect to the girl, all that shit, hope she's doing good, but it's like, a lot of times it's like, facts, but it's just like, yo, a lot of times you get this unaccountability shit where it's like, well, I'm sorry you feel like this. That's not an apology, yo. You're saying I'm sorry you feel like this. Not sorry I caused this. Not sorry I did this. But I'm sorry you feel like this because I did some fuck shit and you may feel indifferent or bad about it, but I see no culpability in what I did.
That's the thing. You might, in that moment, you might as well say, I apologize that you're not seeing this the exact same way I want you to see it.
And I'm not saying
I would respect you a lot more if you had said
that. With accountability, women, just because you feel that we should accept the way you apologize doesn't mean we have to.
Exactly.
And that is okay.
That's okay. Bro, rounding this all the way, I mean, making as much of a circle 360 out of it as I possibly can. It is okay. Like, there's never, I think a lot of times y'all fight with yourself. It's like they be having some sort of internal battle, bro, where it's like, this nigga right, but I can't let him know he's right.
But what's wrong with giving up? It's like, women think it's like this is ground game where it's like, I'm giving up ground by letting them know I was wrong. Yo, if you let me know you're wrong, that lets me know you're accountable. That lets me know that I can be with you for the long term. It's not going to be a fucking snowstorm of bullshit in front of me in a relationship. Because like if you take accountability, because I tell every girl that I'm starting to take serious, like even if she asks me like what are deal breakers for you, I'll be like, and I'm gonna say the deal breakers: don't smoke, don't have kids, be accountable. Take your partner's feelings into consideration. 4 things which I don't think are out of the realms of possibility. Now, a couple of those things you might not feel you can't control, but hey, it is what it is. But like in regards to the being accountable, yo, if you make a mistake, just own it. I'll never be mad at you for making a mistake. I'll never be mad. Shit happens. Life happens. But when you get to the point where it's like, I do something or I make a mistake or I fuck up and I feel the need to gloss over it, you are glossing over it. That shit still hurt or did something to me or inconvenienced me, so why do you feel the need not to say sorry? Because the sorry goes a long way if you're genuine about it.
I think honestly that's like, to a degree, it's amplified because when the tables are turned, you're expected to go through that seamlessly.
Boy, what?
And that's honestly the issue because it's like, well, why is that not reciprocated when I'm on that side?
You better roll out the apology party if you're the man and you fuck up.
Right.
If you do something, whatever she does, and if you do it, like, just by mistake or happenstance, you better come with the full throttle apology. You better take out the dinner, buy her whatever the fuck, do whatever the fuck. But it's like, why can't that be reciprocated? I'm not saying you gotta make a motherfucking thing or just apologize and be genuine about it so I can know. And I'm gonna ask you, well, like, how do I know this isn't gonna happen again? Because I'm big on that. If we have an argument or we have a misunderstanding where you did something, or I felt like you did something to me, how do I know it's gonna happen again? What can you do to be better about this? And a lot of times women feel like you talking down to them, you trying to son them or be their daddy. But no, I'm really trying to figure out how can I be sure that's not like you can't do that.
5 words. I'm sorry. I was wrong. If you should say that and mean it,
yo,
there's not much that I can do.
It's not. You don't even have. It doesn't have to be an hour-long Dr. Phil episode. It's real simple.
I might be wanting to be like pissed off, like I can't believe you, and you say that, I'll be done choked up,
bro. Because then it's like, what? How exactly? If because as a man, when you hear that, you very rarely hear it. So when you hear it, it's like I'm not really in a position to combat that feeling because she's admitting it.
What can you say to a genuine apology?
Nothing.
You can't say anything, ladies. So put that in your back pocket and use that.
Now, fellas.
Now,
okay. Now, hold on.
Are we going fellas now?
Yes, spin that because we're doing a lot of talking about the women do.
We like to be fair.
So so you start, Mike. What is it that you do that you do differently?
Same thing. Now with fellas, when we apologize, we have to be able to admit that our apologies be bullshit sometimes. Like,
it's a very real thing.
Back in my prime days, I'm a little mature now. Trying to turn that a leaf. But it's been some times I'll be like, she goes to my phone or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna text her again.
No, damn well.
I only said
about
that.
to go in the bathroom,
so she wouldn't yell at me anymore. That is something as men we have to move. We have to be able to. If you're going to apologize, mean it.
Yes, sir.
Mean your apologies.
We just went on a long tirade about saying how a woman needs to apologize and respect. You know, your time and your space and how you felt. You need to do the same thing. It needs to be, bro. All that relationship is 60-40, 10-20. No, it needs to be a 50-50, bro. And I understand there are gonna be times where it's like you don't feel like putting the effort, but if you want it to work, long term. Y'all need to be given the same amount of effort, bro. Like, and I don't think that's that hard. And both sexes, men and women, get into this thing where it's like, you don't feel like you have to try because you may outclass somebody, or you feel like you got more than the other person. You feel like you might have
competition,
more people on deck just in case they fuck up, or you got money, or whatever your status is socially. That don't matter. All that shit is stripped away. Who we talk about all the time? It's like, bitch, you can be vulnerable with me. It's not like I'm in the walk over and so like, yeah, bitch, what's happening?
Doing that. Everybody, look at all problems. Yeah.
It's not, bro. And it's like I've gone through that.
Judge us,
bro. I've gone through that so many times where I was dealing with a woman who I was involved with, and it's like, we're here. Why do you think I'm trying to embarrass you? Who am I embarrassing you in front? It's just me and you and the dogs, bitch. Like, they don't give a fuck. And I'm trying to talk to you. So I'm trying to make our relationship better. I'm not trying to play you in front of nobody. I never had this conversation with you in front of people. Whatever issue we have, we gonna tuck that shit till we go home so we can deal it and talk about it and address it as adults.
You see, that kind of energy is a necessity in making something long term. And I think a lot of times women will tell you that, oh, my intention is to look at something long term to have it figured out, but they're not really in an individual position to do what's necessary to be efficient to create that long term situation that they so desperately want. And that's why I say all the time, I take all that shit into consideration. Now, with me personally, if I had to pick my one topic that I think we as men could be a lot better with accountability. This is going to be a tough one, fellas, because we all know that we don't do this. And I feel like we do it. I'm not trying to like push all the blame on y'all ladies, but you know how this goes. So for me personally, I think we can do a better job of being honest about our intentions. The problem with that is, if I do that, I get
you look, but
I get laid.
This is the thing, though.
Unfortunately,
this starts from the promo episode where we talked about where you asked me the question that females ask off the jump. Are you just trying to have sex?
It doesn't matter.
That is a question. If 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna take this ice
go off.
If I'm honest, a female will be disappointed. For example, you have dinner with a girl, she like, well, are you just trying to have sex? And you say, well, we being honest, if you anytime you would throw this pussy at me, I would take it.
Gladly.
Easily. Gladly.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And you say that, they gonna take it as
that's all he
instantly.
Wants.
That's all he wants.
And that's but once again, I think the reason this is me personally. I think the reason why we aren't honest with our intentions up front is because females, and y'all may not want to admit this, but this is true. You are extremely terrible with the trigger. You make trigger reactions constantly.
God.
And if I know you got a happy finger, you happy triggering all the time. I'm going to be very, very careful. I'm gonna feel as though I'm walking on ice when I talk about certain things. So when it comes to my intentions, I'm going to spend all the time I possibly can with you without actually getting to the point of having that conversation. Now, when you bring me to the door, like I come through the door and you bring it up, I'm in the corner at that point. I have no other option but to speak to it. Even then, though, I'm probably not going to be directly honest because, let's be real, when I tell everybody, my intent is always to have a long-term play with a female.
We're at that. Like I said, I'm 28. Y'all want to say our ages so you can get a grasp?
28.
25.
So it's like me and Jordan especially. Mike's in the middle part, but me and Jordan approaching 30. I look at every situation like when I hear a problem or I hear some shit, I always be like, I'm about to be 30 up this motherfucker. So it's like I have to address and move those situations accordingly. I'm about to be 30, dog. There's certain shit I can't entertain, certain shit I can't engage with. So it's like, dog. When I hear that, when a woman tries to give you the shit, like what like spin the end of what you just said, like the end of what you just said, when we're dealing with a woman.
What you mean,
like what you was just talking about?
The intention?
Like the intention. Like I can go on a date with a woman, or I can be talking to a woman, and she'll be like, "Well, what are your intentions, bro?" Any woman that I'm dealing with, I'm just here to get to know you and possibly fuck. Right. And if I learn to like you on the way, that will tell me what I need, because I don't like you going into the date. I don't know you going into the date. All I'm trying to do, I know your name, and I'm trying to fuck. If you're attractive, which is why we're on a date in the first place. But again, I can't give you this, oh, I'm trying to date to marry you. I don't know you, shorty. I'm almost starting. I'm trying to date to marry. Hold on, let me call this real quick. I'm trying to date to marry. Like I said, I'm almost 30. I'm 28. But at the same time, don't try to put me in that box where it's like, oh, if you're dating just to fuck me, then you can leave. Well, bye, bitch, because I don't know you like that.
But see, the thing is, this once again, it directly all aligns to the fact.
And I have to get to know you to get there.
But the problem is, I don't know what the discrepancy is for them to understand. Like, that's why I can't be directly honest with you. I could very well want to be with you as I get to know you better, spend months getting to know you. We do quality, because my love language is quality time and physical touch. Quality time is probably first.
I don't be knowing about none of that shit.
I ain't taking no test. I ain't taking no test enough.
A lot of chicks be asking me what's your love language. I'm be like, I'm just here.
But nigga, you should naturally know some of the shit that you like.
My love
if you looked at them,
is conversation. If I can actually have a
so
real
yours would then be what is called words of affirmation.
Ain't one of them like gifts?
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
And I don't mean like,
how do you love language? We spending money, but you know what? I done women like that. Where
but like, oh, she gave me a Gucci belt. That's my bitch.
That's my.
There's some people that live like that, and that's why.
That shit crazy.
Some people get relationships like.
Well, we have a word for those. We have a word for those. Those words are birds. Those are birds. Your love language is
also. But before we go back on the tangent, to swing it back around.
As fellas, that is something we have to be better at. Cause we've all done it. I don't want to speak with them, but I know these. We've probably all done it before, where we've lied.
I still lie to this day, and I will continue to lie. The reason behind it is I so badly want to be honest with my intentions, but I'm smart enough and efficient enough in those moments. If I directly do that with the wrong person, they'll take that information and then chop it up in ways that they're not supposed to.
Remember I told you I gave you the Safari Zone analogy when you're dealing with a bitch?
What?
Like, remember how it's like you ever played Pokemon when you was a kid and then you was in the Safari Zone, you get a rock, you get like a Pokeball and you get some food, and because like you don't got your Pokemon to battle, right? So it's just you and the random Pokemon. It might be a motherfucking level 40 Dratini up that bitch. So you can either lure it in with the food. Yeah. Now the food gonna keep it there.
Right.
You could throw a rock at the bitch, but if you throw a rock, it's easier to catch, but it might run away.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So it's like, well, I'm gonna give you some food to make you stay, but it's gonna take long to get you. Or I can throw this rock at you. And then like you either run or you want to stay right then I can cut you and make you mine. So it's like you gotta pick your poison about how you want to go in and bag a lot of these chicks.
That's why a lot of men directly can't feel up front to be 100% honest about their intentions.
I be throwing rocks a lot of time because that shit
a lot of time.
To spin all the way back, is that the guy's fault or the female's fault?
What is it the female's fault?
Let's not say 100%.
I'm sorry.
What I would
like
say,
99%
this nigga. I can't put a number to it, but I do feel as though a lot of it, because I can't only speak for me, and I think a lot of niggas, even if a female was directly honest and like was okay with hearing whatever was told to them up front, a lot of niggas would still lie. But me personally, I feel as though I know I do it because, like I said, like B was saying, I don't really know exactly in that moment when you ask me if I want to be that, but we very well could be that. Let me figure it out. Let me figure this out and then put myself in a position to let you then know at that moment when I can make that decision. Right. But we at least need to have time up front. But I think a lot of that shit aligns to the fact that a female is so time stricken on the idea of like, I need to be in a relationship and I need to be now. My window of time is ending, nigga, and yours is not. And it's like you can't honestly connect too much to that because I'm not under time constraint. You are. So understand why I'm not going to be moving with that.
I have a question for you, Lord. Yeah. Like, do you think they're under this time constraint? Because, like, let's talk about the women that we're dealing with in our age bracket. So it's like between 26 and 31. Mm-hmm. Are you saying it's a time constraint because, ladies, and give us feedback. Like, is it because you're getting older? Is it because you feel like your biological clock is run out? Is it because you feel like you have an idea in your head the age in which you need to be settled down? Is that why you're doing this game? Is that why you're pinning me to the cross and like, well, I need to have this done. I need to know your intentions because I'm trying to be here by here.
I definitely think what you said is making a good point because I think a lot of that shit, I think it's fear of that. Like the time, like you said, the biological clock, like a lot of motherfuckers know, but they said like 35, 36 is when a woman.
They'll start drying up. Sorry.
Yo, bro!
I don't got that problem with nigga. I get dumped on 86.
100% fact though. Bro, yo, this nigga foul. What you said? I forgot what you said that one time. I forgot what you was like, yo, if I'm getting old and I ain't got nothing, I don't mind having no sugar baby. And what you mean, big? He was like, nigga, we gonna be like 70. I'm gonna tell you come over, like, take this pic for me real quick so I can post on the profile. Nigga fat, like, that's how I look at it.
If I'm alone and I'm 70, yo, I have no problem paying for when I'm 70. Brandon has never paid for companionship. I've never tricked, I've never done none of that. But when I'm 70, right, if I'm single, if I'm 70 and 80, I'll pay for companionship. I'll get one of these little 26-year-old IG models, little 24-year-old IG models to come hang out with daddy. Now you gonna have to get sweaty,
well,
but
I be thinking that shit look funny as a motherfucker.
Man, be that old ass nigga.
Facts.
Like you got
the salt and pepper taco meat and all that with the George Jefferson. You know I'm a bald nigga now, so it's like I'm gonna just let my shit grow out. Then
come on, bro.
You ain't fuck. Like yo, come on. Like,
I feel like that. Look, I was looking for like if I take her out, I'm gonna feel like yo, everybody know that this bitch really only got bread.
You 80. Why do you care what niggas think?
Yeah, you done been so long.
Bro, you can try tomorrow.
The people that really matter, what they think, probably not even alive no more.
And if I outlive my wife, I'm gonna just like at that point. Once I'm old, like I told my exes like if we married, right, me and my ex married and we had kids and all that, and let's just say she would have died at like 36, I'm not gonna get married again. I'm gonna just be in the streets.
That's fair.
As long as I got kids from her, as long as she's giving me kids at that point in time, which I would expect me and my girl to be like in our mid to late 30s at the time. If I have kids, I'm not gonna get married again, especially because I feel like I've loved that person. That's the only person I can really be with. I ain't saying I'm a trick, but I'm gonna just be a serial dater at 40, 50, and 60, and 70, and 80, and keep it going. And I might shoot some seeds out, but I'm not gonna dedicate my life and marry no bro.
Now I would ask you because me and Mike both gave our opinions on like what is we could do better as men. Mm-hmm. So nigga, what about you?
Nothing perfect.
Okay, Brandon. Realistically,
what could I do like
for accountability?
Right, for being accountable.
As men, what you not even talking to you? Just not even simply you.
In the talking stage, right?
As a man,
in the talking stage?
Yes, in the talking stage.
I think we could be better, and this, I know personally for me this is it, but it's like I don't even know how to do it. Like be more emotional, I guess, but I don't know how to do that.
My nigga, no, I'm not letting you get away with that because that's not cool. You just said I guess. We just talked about how we don't like bitches saying I guess. So
alright, I guess, but it's like you could be more emotional, but I think I said yeah, I think it's alright, I guess. But it's like I say I guess because it's such a hard concept for me to grasp because I'm not an emotional person by nature. So it's like
so you need to become more emotional.
100%. But it's like yo, I'm a stone-faced nigga, dog. Like I'm a stone-faced dude. Like I don't smile with motherfuckers like that.
I feel you, but then there might be moments where like those vulnerable moments where your female needs you to be.
Yeah,
and I'm cool with that. You can work on.
I'm cool with that. In a relationship, I feel like I may need to do that earlier.
So so you said the talking stage. So
yeah, the talking stage. I can do that with my girl. I can be soft and mushy with my girl. That's not hard to do. I do that with my girl all day, but it's like trying to me opening up like that in the talking stage. That's just not me. But I feel as men, we need to learn how to be like a lot softer with women and just not try to play this cold shoulder game like we just don't care, because we be caring. Ladies, we do care. Like when you don't text us back after a while, and you know if we feel like you annoyed or mad at us, we can play that tough shit all day, but we at the end of the day, that shit does bother us. Even if it don't hurt us, but it does bother us. Like damn, why the fuck she not texting back? Or why the fuck she ain't come over today? Why the fuck she says she has something to do? It seemed like she was mad. You ask yourself those questions like you just said, so it's like it's you as a man. I can say like because you're asking me what I feel like we need to do better as men. I feel like we need to. I don't want to say emotional, because you can't tell somebody to be emotional, but be more vulnerable. Try to open people up, but that's a two-way street and a double-edged sword, because it's a lot of times, dude, and that's why a lot of dudes is callous to where we are today, because you can open yourself up, and then a bitch can use that to hurt you, or a bitch can use that, I'm sorry, I don't mean to say bitch so much, it's just my repertoire, but a woman can use that to try to hurt you, or bring that up in an argument when you try to be vulnerable with her and tell her your past and what's going on and why you may feel a certain way about things, and then it's like, all right, here, I'm coming on my shell, I'm being vulnerable, and it's like, well, fuck you, bitch ass nigga, that's why you did this. All right, bitch, I'm going to this bitch forever. I'm never coming out. Don't talk to me about shit. Holla at me when you want fuck.
With relationships now.
Yeah, but to get to relationships.
So with relationships now, we'll start with you, Jordan, back on women. But it's something that, if we're going off accountability in relationships, do women have to improve?
That's a good one, because I feel like it's a fucking laundry list.
I was just about to say that's my
but my most important one.
You can say when we can just.
I'm gonna just stick to the one because I feel like we can go on a tangent if you do more. But I feel like
all day if we did that shit.
But me personally, that's a really good question. Looking at it from the spectrum of a relationship, I would say going from the things I would say going. Oh, man, I gotta go. I would say the things that I've seen more so recently dealing with my recent relationships is like the idea of, I don't know what it is with women specifically, but like the petty arguments that occur in relationships a lot of time, bro. The past couple of relationships that I've had have ended probably within a month or two because I learned from my most recent long-term relationship that a lot of times that shit, just waiting for a moment to like blow up and just argue about the simplest of shit, that was an issue. So I told myself in the beginning, I'm like, yo, if I start dating somebody and taking them serious, I want to be able to know up front that that's something that they commonly do and they will continually do. Like for instance, not my most recent ex, but the one prior to her, and you know, nigga, she was there with me all the time. Not swimmer, but the one before that. We was probably together for like what, a month or two.
Shorty, you had clipping your toenails on the ground.
Yeah, you know the vibes.
Yo,
my toes ugly.
This boy nasty, yo. When he tried to, I ain't gonna get your sauce up, but you was having that clipping toenails on the gram to try to make other bitches jealous, nigga.
Bro, what? Yo, why you giving up the shit? No.
You did? What you mean? Every bitch is
Nah, man. Yo, come on, bro. You think about to make me die. Alright, we'll put it like this. That's another. This is a topic for another time.
Yeah, nigga, it is.
But I also, once again, I like to put up funny. I'm a funny nigga. You just see what the shit that I had posted up about the shit that the one joint that was like a college hooper. I think I'm a Joanna man for that bitch. I'm gonna come up there and be on her team. Nigga, drop a 30-piece average too, nigga. But once again, getting back to Shorty, she was really big on like the petty arguments, bro. It was happening so often in the beginning of the relationship. To a point though. We was in a legitimate relationship for a month. And she had asked me for a clean slate 4 times. After realizing that she kind of was guilty.
You feel like divulging what she did? Like,
I mean, I'll give like one quick little bit, like make a long story short. I remember
it's a big one, like, you know what I'm saying? The shit we don't even entertain.
What you mean, like?
What's the shit we don't entertain off top?
It's a lot of shit that I don't entertain.
Nigga,
the smoking shit?
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily kill her for that, but I was upset. She didn't divulge the fact that she was a cigarette smoker. She killed me with that because she told me that I never asked her, but it was so I couldn't remember if I did. I wanted to give her like, all right, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. But the shit that I hated was she was a cigarette smoker the whole time, and then like we was together, and I forgot how that randomly got brought up, and then I realized she told me that she was, and her response was, well, yeah, I've been a smoker, but you never asked me. And it's like, man, that's something that you do in your daily livelihood. Like,
I remember you told me
I had to ask you for you to divulge that information.
I remember you told me that was the day them crackheads broke into my car and bust my windows out. But yeah,
but you right. That was like the beginning of it. But it was like the fact that like you know, it was something that was constantly.
Fuck y'all niggas. It only took like $2 to change, y'all bitch ass niggas. I had to pay to get my windows fixed.
Yeah, that's just not wild. But the fact that had happened so often, I was completely turned off. Like, yo, man, it's a fuck 30 days. Why the fuck are you asking me for 4 clean slates? That's impossible. Like, you shouldn't do that. And then I told myself, like, nigga, I don't want to go through this again. Not saying that my long-term ex was doing that constantly, but I learned, like, leaving that, I was like, yo, these red flags, I have to act on them immediately. I'm not sitting on it.
Shit.
So that's why I was able to get her out of the pain. So that's why I speak to that specifically. Like, yo, that petty argument shit, communication, like B said, this directly aligns to communication, even in a relationship. Like, yo, I need us to be thorough with that and have an understanding. Yo, when I come home from a busy day at work, I want you to be my motherfucking peace. I don't want you to be anything else besides my peace. And if you can't be that, I can't be with you.
I hear you, and cause that's what I'm
offering though, right?
I hear you, but my ex said some shit that kind of stuck with me. Like, she said, and I didn't really thought about it like that. She was like, stay away from niggas that say be your peace because them niggas beat you.
Jesus Christ.
I know it sounds wild, but I started thinking about it. It's like, that's it sounds funny, but it could also be true. But obviously it's a broad stroke. We're not saying that every nigga that say that do that. But I'm just saying, like, being your peace, like, I look at it like, you should be your peace. Like, and she should just.
But I am going to be that's the problem. I am going to be my peace. I'm opening my doors to you for you to accept you in my life, and you're not bringing that. Why the fuck are you here? Yeah. That's how I see what you're saying. But when I say be my peace, I literally, before you even said that, I said, but that's what I'm offering, bro.
Right, that's why I heard you say that. Like you said, that's what you offering. It's just like, be my peace means what though? Like, don't argue with me. Don't be annoying. Like, don't.
We gonna have our petty arguments in our moments, but it's like for instance, I think
it shouldn't become. What he's saying is, the petty arguments that she was always coming up with and bringing with, it was becoming the point to where his day or his mindset is now ruined.
Bro, you remember that one time, bro?
Because of it.
This, for instance, this is how petty this shit was. Me and B, I forgot what had happened in the apartment, but it was something that we had to discuss. It was some shit we had to discuss in the apartment. She was waiting outside to come in.
Oh yeah.
And we have an apartment where you guys gotta go down there and let them in, keypad lock or whatever. So she was down there for like 20, 30 minutes, like not even that, maybe not even that, like 15 minutes. Right. We was talking about some important shit. So I go downstairs. And apparently she got out of the car waiting for me, and she was like, "You had me waiting outside forever." I was like, me and B was talking about some shit that was essential, like
well,
for 15 minutes.
Car when I was walking the dog, I was like, she fuming.
She was mad and shit, and I'm like, "Yo, you won't come in? Like, why are you so?" I told you, I'm sorry, and then she was just mad, and I was like, "Yo," and then our whole night because it started that way, it continued to be. And I'm like, yo, why are we doing this? We adults.
Right.
I explained to you, my bad, I didn't mean to have you out here for 10 minutes. You had me out here waiting all long, you don't respect my time. Man, look, the fuck out of here. I don't have time for that.
I've already tried to explain that what we were talking about was important.
It was real.
I didn't have you in the crib because I was finishing up my 2K game.
Right, some bullshit.
I was actually...
So I see what you're saying though, because that is a very dangerous term. Like, you just can't be throwing that shit around loosely, but because I feel like a lot of niggas in that regard, like you say, your ex said it in a way where some niggas will say that don't offer that.
A motherfucker might say be your peace and will be offering nothing to the relationship. And that's the type of things I think they talk about. It's just like, bro, how you saying be her peace or she needs to be your peace, but you not working towards nothing. You not really giving her no real foundation to stand on. Like, what kind of bullshit is that? Like I don't understand that. I can't grasp that concept. It's just like when I hear, you know what I'm saying, like, you're supposed to make me happy. And I heard this a while ago.
Supposed to be happy.
No, you're supposed to be happy, ladies. Because I never really heard of, I don't want to say I've never heard a man say this, but I don't really hear men say that often. Women like, I'm not happy.
So
I'm not this slut.
Is this what
you about to say?
Like,
Like, yeah, like what's your topic?
My topic is like women saying like, the question is, what do I think women could do better?
For accountability.
For accountability, 100%. Like to me, my thing is like, I need women to get out of this thing where you rely and lean on your significant other, your man, for your happiness. If you're not coming into that relationship happy, I can't enhance you. First of all, I can't be your happiness. I can only enhance it. I can only enhance the happiness that you have. I can't make you a happy person. If you're coming from a dark place and feel like you just want to jump in a relationship because you want a companion and you want a shoulder to cry on, that's probably not the best avenue to take because you're already not in the best space. If you're not a happy person, this goes for men and women, but he asked me about women, so I'm talking about them. If you're already not a happy person, you don't need to be looking outside yourself for happiness, because that is, your happiness is then predicated on somebody else, which you do not want. You want your source of happiness to come from yourself, your accomplishments, your achievements, your family, how you feel about yourself, you being loved. But it needs to come from you first. And then anything else outside of that is ancillary. It should just be a bonus. It should not be the sole proprietor of where you derive from your happiness.
And nowadays, honestly, that's a good topic, because I feel like a lot of the relationships in the realm of like our age space, like all the three of us, like a lot of that shit is that, bro. Like a lot of they rely on it, and they're not really at peace with themselves going into a situation. They're not happy with themselves going into a situation. You're going to cause nothing but chaos. Eventually, it may not show it. It may not rear its ugly face in the beginning. It might gradually take time. But and that's a good point, because I feel like that's just dating in general though. A lot of motherfuckers nowadays want what they want when they want it, and they not understanding the process that goes behind it to obtain that shit. It's a lot that goes into it. So it's a good topic that you brought up with that shit. Mike, you can give me a topic. Yeah.
What's yours, Ken?
Is it done? Oh, mine, and this is one that I personally, and I'm actually glad that I haven't experienced with the few exes that I've had. But I had a friend, my man's in Texas, him and his ex went through this all the time, and I actually didn't understand why I get in a relationship. If you're a person who always is triggered or something through like an ex, for example, she used to always say to my man, like we would go out or something like, oh, this reminds me of my ex.
No, gee, bro.
What?
That's terrible.
That's horrible.
What?
And I've actually learned though, that is something that a lot of females do in relationships. Like,
I'm glad I never
like aligning the past to the recent. To the moment.
I'm gonna smooth tell you
what I'm going on right now.
I'm gonna smooth tell you to be with him. But
which was the advice that I gave. Like, if you're obviously not over them, one, or you gotta get over that situation that makes you go and think back of what happened in the past before you move on.
Right.
But I've come across a plethora of women that have gotten into a relationship with someone else and will use that trigger word or trigger emotion or trigger feeling, my ex. And that's something in a relationship I think, back to being accountable, first say, you're not over. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's like you leaving. To me, that's like you leaving. And I'm not let you cook, but like that's like you leaving a light on in your old relationship. Like that shit should have been burnt out. Like
before you move on to the next chapter.
I know this may sound like some possessive shit, but that situation, that person shouldn't exist to you no more. Not in no like super fucked up way, but it's like, as a relationship, that person should not exist to you no more. Like that, they should have no ground to stand on. They should not pay. They should not live rent free in your head. If they do, you're not ready for a relationship. No, you need to get over that hump first. Like,
I mean, personally, I think I kind of agree with that. I mean, the fact that anybody. That's weird that you even feel comfortable enough to move on to another situation, knowing that you got a trigger in your mind where it actually still creating emotions out of you, and then you verbalize that to the new motherfucker you seeing. Like, that's something, honestly, that's probably the worst out of all of them. It's like, if you're not there mentally and emotionally to move on from that scenario, then you shouldn't be here at all. You shouldn't be trying to entertain anything from anybody. But like you said, that does directly align to accountability. So now, I guess I'll start with B. What would you then say, once again, because like I said, we're going to flip it on both sides. We both do some fuck shit, men and females. What would you then say as men in relationships? And you can speak to like your own experiences and understand that as time progressed, you was able to say, okay, I could have done this differently. What would you then say men should be able to do when it comes to accountability? How could they, be better in relationships?
And as far as just like accountability, like I can speak to my situation personally, like I would have a short temper for like bullshit. Like, and I feel like looking at my last relationships and relationships in the past, it's like I have a short temper for bullshit. Not like I lose myself, I really ain't nothing like that. But it's like you get annoyed with shit, and then you just kind of like, all right, I don't want to deal with this. All right, I'll go in another room. I'll get on the game with my niggas, or you just don't want to deal with somebody's bullshit because it's like, all right, you fishing for an argument. Why are you doing this? Like, what I'm realizing is you can't like shut down and just try to like block certain shit out. You kind of, and I always make sure I do this. I address shit head on, but like it do get to a point if your partner is not giving you that equally and they don't feel like they want to address it, after a while it's like, all right, I'm tired of fighting uphill battle. I'm pushing the cart up the hill.
I was about to say, this is the thing. This is kind of like you said, you explained before, a two-way street. If I know, for example, I know something that triggers you, if you get upset or something that's happened and you've expressed it, like you said, is that really your fault? For example, say you hate petty arguments or whatever. Yeah. You express that, and a week down the line it brings up again, and you then, I don't want to talk about it, I'm gonna keep moving. You've already expressed that.
You acknowledge that.
Is that really your fault?
It's not, but you know, as men, we got the shoulder every motherfucking thing. And I know that's not the right thing to do, and I know that's not fair, but I know how reality is, I know how life is, and how relationships are. So it's like, if you coming at me with bullshit, it's like, all right, and plus, like, I was in a situation where I was, 3 years older than my ex, so it's like, I had to shoulder maturity a lot of the times. And I'm not saying my ex was immature, but it's like, I was 26, she was 23.
You had to drive the boat when it came out.
I had to drive the boat 100% of the time. Let me not do that. I had to drive the boat majority of the time, where it come time for like maturity to kick in and rationale and logic and reason come in. I had to shoulder that, and it's like when you shouldering that shit all the time, it's like if I'm just personally the only person that's using logic and reason and being accountable, it's like, yo, this shit is draining, dog. Like why? And like that's why I said one of my deal breakers is don't take your partner's feelings into account. And if you cannot do that, and because nobody's gonna upfront say that I don't do that if you tell them that's your deal breaker, you have to find certain shit out. So it's like I can tell you what these deal breakers are for me, like you smoking or you having kids, I can get that off top. But you not taking my feelings into consideration, you'll say that, but I have to see that. You can't really tell me that you do that. It's action based. It's show and prove, like you always said. You have to show and prove to me that you won't do that. You have to show me that you'll be accountable. And I'll sniff that out eventually, but it's not something that you can tell me because it's something that has to be action based and I have to see it for it to validate and be affirmed.
Right.
Mine, I feel like this is something as you get some game to men that are younger. And that is being more accountable in relationships and seeing, how can I word this? Seeing that you had a good girl before it's too late.
No, that's that.
Some guys will be in a relationship with a girl and it'll be stuff like, man, she always trying to make me not go out late, or whatever the case may be, or her doing her thing, her feelings, whatever it is that you thought was too much or you didn't enjoy, and you go out of that relationship and then you never find that again, and then you try to go back.
Right.
As men, I feel like, or as guys, men, whatever it is, because I feel like this is a younger aspect. I feel like now we probably won't have this problem, but when we were younger, that is something most guys, like their first girl or
yeah,
where it's like, dang, she actually was something. I'm older now. I look back. If I look back in that relationship, I could have carried myself in a better way.
And you saying like just at that point in time,
at that point,
be more mindful.
Be more mindful and understand that, as people say, you won't find that anywhere else.
That's true. That is very true. And like you said, that is definitely a younger aspect. Looking back at younger Jordan when I was a kid, I know for a fact there were certain things. Not necessarily saying like, oh damn, I lost the best one and the only one, but it was like there were moments that I could have reacted and treated that person that I was with differently because I understood just how vital she was and how good of a person she was.
Right.
So it is important to definitely hold on to that because I mean, just be real, bro. Like it's. I'm not going to say this, make it a sexist thing, but with females, we understand as men that they don't come by the boatloads. Good females. Yeah, I think personally as men, we have an option to understand that we're a bit like good men are a bit more of the minority in that scenario compared to women. But I think personally, one of those things that it's like. Either way, in those kind of scenarios, in a situation that you in with a person, you want to be mindful. Like, all right, I'm the man, and I know I'm the prize, but I also have a prize on my hand, and let me treat it as such.
And then
let me get a piece of that before you go, Mike, because like this is something that a lot of women don't like to acknowledge. But one, we have to just start off with y'all biological clock go a little further. And I ain't trying to be funny, but if it come out like that, it did. But y'all biological clocks. You know, it's done way before ours. So it's like, y'all do all this career woman shit and be like in your late 20s and early 30s trying to talk about ain't no good dudes out there until you come across a good dude and then you try to run him and tell him what it's going to be. It's like, the good dude who's your equal is like far less, he's the minority. You're the majority. Like, women have more.
Both parties being accountable.
Bro, more women have degrees, more women have their own house, cars. Yeah. Like, so it's, you have to understand that you're not a minority. You're not a unicorn. You're not. I'm the unicorn. Because if I have it together and I have my degrees, which I don't have no degrees, but
college dropout.
I'm a proud college dropout. But I have my own house, my own car, my own situation, and I'm building towards bigger and better things. But you gotta understand, what I tell my homies all the time is, and me and Jordan have an extensive conversation about this a while ago, like, your accomplishments mean absolutely nothing to me. And I know this sounds kind of fucked up, vain and vague, but your degrees, understand, when you go on that first date with me, you telling me you got a master's, a bachelor's, a doctorate, means nothing to me. You got your own house, that's cool. You drive this car, means nothing to me. You got this much money in the bank, means nothing to me. I'm a man. Why am I looking to you like, oh damn, I hit jackpot. This bitch got 120 bands in the bank. This bitch got 3-bedroom house. This bitch driving Mercedes. Why does that mean anything as a man to me? Because I am not looking to you to provide that for me. I'm a man. I have nuts. I stand on my own 2 feet.
Regardless of who's in the picture.
Now, if I'm a man, it's my sole priority to protect and provide. So if I'm a man and I have my own spot and I got my own car, fuck the degrees got on me shit. If I'm getting out the mud, I'm getting out the mud. But like, you gotta understand something. A lot of you women drive away good situations by living by this social construct of you having your degrees and you having this big house and cars. It means absolutely nothing to a man.
Like you and I discuss all the time. The quality of a woman means so much more to me. I can fall in love with a chick that flips burgers all day and dub the bitch as a biochemist. It means nothing to me.
Yo, if you have the, like fucking saying the other day, if you have motherly qualities and womanly qualities, you can. Not saying like it's your sole job to raise children, but if you have the innate, ability.
Motherly is like you said, a wide range.
Right, it's a wide range, but if you have those motherly qualities, you're a good woman. Like, I can't cook, so I say cook because I can't cook. Now, I'm not saying that's a woman's job to cook. If you can cook, you cook. Both my parents cooked growing up. Both of them cook really well. I saw both my parents in the kitchen cook and clean all that fly shit. Both of them work all that fly shit. But if you possess those qualities and you're a good person and you can communicate and you're accountable and you fucking work at Wawa at the 3rd shift overnight, I'll cuff and wife you and give you the world over the bitch that works at motherfucking JP Morgan and drives a motherfucking i5 BMW. I don't like it, that has shit qualities, that thinks just because she has material things that she means something to the world. You absolutely do not. But continue to think that you're worth something to this game and worth something to dudes that play in it, no, you just getting slid. And because you live by this bad bitch mentality that we taught to grow up and then raised in them, like y'all don't have nothing.
ISO Joe over here.
Y'all don't have a leg to stand on. Understand that your material gains and monetary gains mean nothing to a man, a real man. Because a lot of the problem is with a lot of these dudes, they find their manhood in objects. They find their manhood in monetary gain. They find their manhood in money. That's why it's like when you see dudes that don't have none, they look like they're viewed as they're broken people and they're broken and they're useless to society. Yes. That's because they were never taught to find their manhood in being a man. Not in money, not in cars, not in the amount of bitches you get. It's about you being a man, you being able to provide, you stand on your own and be accountable. So it's like, that's why I always say, I've dated a lot of women. I've dated women older than me. I've dated women that make more money than me. I don't give a fuck if I'm making 40 grand a year and my girl makes 250K. You can't never tell me what the fuck to do. I'm a man, yo. I don't give a fuck. You can never put me on a couch. You can never put me in a house because I'm a man, yo. I was brought up right.
You fell in love with the man that
you fell in love with the man, not my monetary value. So it's like you can never put me in a box against some bum ass broke nigga because I don't have what you think I should have, or I don't have what society or a Eurocentric mentality tells you I should have. I'm gonna get it regardless. And I'm gonna close this out because I've been cooking a little too long. But it's like, fellas, don't get worried and trapped up in this cycle of thinking you have to have this to pull a woman. Now, I do think, us as young men need to be financially stable before we really go out into the dating world, but that don't mean you gotta have 60K in the bank. That don't mean you gotta have 100,000. That don't mean you gotta drive a Benz and have degrees and live in a fucking mansion. Just be stable and be solid in what you do, and you'll be fine. And if you're a man, any bitch is gonna respect you. Any woman, however you wanna take it, but any woman gonna respect you. And that's just my 2 cents on that shit.
That was a good one. I like that because once again, it's definitely things as men that we have to speak to. And getting back to the relationship shit, because you gave your opinion on that, Mike. And then with me, man, that's tough with the relationship shit. But I feel like once again, as men, there are certain, like we were saying, there are certain things that we have to work and abide by and understand. Like, all right, we want the exact same thing that the female wants. We understand, like Brandon said, it's important to put yourself first in the aspect of understanding, like, yo, I am the prize in this scenario. I am the one that could be winning. Now, as a man, specifically for me, as to what I could be doing better as a man, I feel like a relationship, there's so many things that are important, but I would definitely say, and it's something that I also actually now going into dating in general, I take a lot more seriously, is being open-minded, understanding, like, putting myself in the position of the females and seeing things in their eyes. Even if I may not agree, I may oppose what they feel, what they say, and a lot of times in those scenarios when I'm arguing with my girl, that's the reason we argue. But I've been able to learn that, like, bro, I've been able to kind of like dead so many things that get amplified, simple shit, because I take myself out of myself. I say, all right, well, I gotta look at it as how she's coming about it, how she feels, and then understand that, all right, Jordan, well, maybe you can come down on this, maybe you can kind of compromise to that, because relationships all about compromise. So right. I think for me, especially going into my next relationship, whoever the lucky female may be, I think personally that I'll be able to take that in mind a lot more, because that was something in certain relationships that I had in my past I knew was important, but I could never act on it. Shit was weird. So like now, I know for a fact I'm at a point in my life where it's like, yo, being open-minded can spell so many things that go wrong in relationships. It can stop a relationship from ending because you understand everything that I feel and I think is not the say-all, be-all. You feel what I'm saying? Right. And that's the approach that I take with that personally. So you already,
yeah, we are. That's three.
So next topic.
Our next topic. We running with, but to kind of spin it all off on accountability, I'll spin it like this: is if I am the friends, your people that you are with.
Right.
So our next topic is wingman. Wingman.
Done right.
I'll say it like this.
I got the trophy on that. Niggas know me.
For wingmaning me personally, my niggas get 2 out of me.
What you mean?
2 a year, 2 account a year?
You get 2
bust downs. 2
wingmaning John's like, come on, bro, take the
L,
take the trash friend, just talk to her, or you get 2 of them. Okay. After that, I'm not doing that shit no more.
Right. I understand. I can respect that.
But one thing that I'm glad we've been talking wingmaning is talking about is wingmaning doesn't always meaning you have to even get the girl.
Of course.
That if your mom, one of y'all come in the club and you see a shorty, you like, yo, I want her, and she got a couple girls with her. just cause you wingmaning doesn't mean
it's not your job to get her friends.
You don't gotta get her. All you have to do is occupy the time that he needs to handle his business.
Bro,
and another thing, make sure when you occupy the time, don't do no bullshit because you know you don't want her. That will fuck up your friend's plan.
Everything, and I've been part of that before.
Correct. Jordan want a girl, and I go. Even if I'm not interested, I'm not gonna be over there like bad body language, not engaged.
No, bro,
you have to still.
Even if you
just until you see him with the phone out,
bro. Even if she a 4, even if the friend is 4, you gotta act like she a 10 because we know attractive females. Listen up, perk your ears up one time, because we know y'all hang out with Gargamel built bitches. So it's
all day, every day.
We know
it makes you feel better about yourself, doesn't it?
Bro, a lot of y'all are super cute bitches. Now the confident ones hang out with other cute bros, but it's like we know the cute chicks that hang out with ugly chicks. We know how that go, but it's like everybody trying to come at you. So it's like because that's the case, a lot of your friends be bare built, and then like when somebody's trying to crack at you, y'all play ultimate pass block, like y'all play ultimate offensive lineman. It's like. They only doing that because nobody's coming at them. So here come Mikey, or here come Jordan, or here come Brandon. I entertain you, so it's like you feel good about yourself. But my man really trying to get at your girl.
Right.
And I'm not. What I'm going to do is talk to y'all, make y'all feel included, be nice to y'all, not buying your damn thing, not buying no drinks. But we can talk it up, and I can give you the illusion of inclusion, like sound great. Nigga, what?
So do that one time.
I did that one time, nigga. Right now. Brandon bought drinks one time for her.
Boy, that moment was.
And it went bad. I ain't never doing that shit.
I need that.
Was you with us? No.
Nah, Mike was with us that night.
Alright, we was out, we was in Philly. And then there was a bunch of bros. And then one Joe was talking to me. And I was like, damn, I'm trying to get this bitch friends away. So everybody's bitch friends.
And she had like, it was like 4 friends.
She had like 4 friends.
Wait.
Jordan, where was you at? Where was you at, nigga? Yeah, where was you at?
For one,
Exactly.
Can I get a chance to? Yo,
where was you at, nigga?
For one, because he just said I was a bad wingman.
I'm not saying that.
Answer my question.
You're not a bad wingman. You're one of the best. Where was you at that night? Where was you at that night?
You didn't need me, nigga. I'm gonna be real with you. In that scenario that he had with your bro, you had her. You was just trying to buy me. I'm trying to get her to the hotel because she had a hotel lined up. Remember?
Oh yeah. I wasn't buying shit. You said hotel.
No. She already had it lined up with her friends.
Yeah. So sometimes I'm just asking the question. Where was you at? Where was y'all?
I was on a bench. I had no reason to do anything. I'm not going. Sometimes when you niggas out there playing ISO and he just cooking, why do I put myself in a moment? I don't have to. This nigga's already got everything he wanted. So I saw that it was going well. You can do all that if you want to, nigga. I saw that it was going well, so I'm like, what the fuck do I gotta do? She got 4 friends, so it's like I don't really have to put in work. But nigga, my resume speaks for me, nigga. You already know how I give it up. And also, see, it was easy for me to wingman because, especially for him, because back in the heyday when he was going out, I was in a relationship.
What I used to say to him,
what?
I was like, I need the bad one.
He used to always, but you can get that off because I'm in a relationship. I'm not going to do nothing with these hoes anyway. Right. So I would walk into it, I'm like, who you want? And he'd tell me who you would definitely say that. But I'll let it get it off, I'm like, all right, let it be your thing. And I will always play my role with the other chick because I know as soon as the lights come on and they play that closing done and bullshit that you fucking hate. When they would play that shit on, I'm like, all right, he already got it. Facts. But go ahead, tell the rest of your story.
It wasn't even really crazy. It was just that I personally felt like a clown because Brandon has bought drinks for random bitches he didn't know twice in his life.
Mm-hmm. I ain't never did that.
Okay, that's cool. You get that.
No.
Alright, you won't. You won't.
Don't be trying to talk you out of the bus with you, nigga.
No. You ever bought a drink for a bitch?
No, not no random bitch. A bitch that I knew I was going to fuck that night and it was going to happen regardless, like 100% fact though, yeah.
I mean, the first bitch I did that with, I bagged both of them. Let's keep that in context.
Well, as long as you bag them.
I bagged them.
I'm only counting.
My thing is, I'm not buying a drink for something that you engaging in. I'm talking about.
That's what it was, but I bought drinks. I bought drinks for friends.
Play.
No, that wasn't it, because both the bitches gave me play. In both situations, both bitches sought me out and came up to me.
Right.
The one bitch, the first bitch, we was out West Side the first. I don't even know if you remember it. Matter of fact, I don't even know if you was there. She brought her friend to bag me, and I went over her. I started talking to them. I just bought them 2 shots. I wasn't even tripping about that. I still got Shorty.
That's bullshit.
The second time we was in Philly. Yeah, we was in Philly, and it was like Shorty that pulled up on me, and she had like 4 friends. So I was talking to them. I'm not about to. I can't give you hell for it, but Jordan was nowhere to be found. It's not like I was looking for him, but he wasn't nowhere to be found. So I'm not knocking for that.
I didn't say anything.
Alright, I'm not knocking him for that. But it was probably like 4 other broads, and I think they was here from Texas or something, and they was for whatever the fuck reason. So I was talking to one Joe, and I'm like, damn, these bitches won't go away. You want some drinks? And I bought them some drinks, and then I was still talking to Shorty, and then I think them bitches tried. No,
they said I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah, they was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And then Shorty was like,
you told me that I was like, well, they about to hit this.
Yo, I was ready to leave.
The bathroom right by the door.
Yeah, because was we about to leave?
It was closing time.
We was about to leave, and I seen that bitch like, yo, what's happening? And then she was like, oh, we about to do this. And then it's like, I think we walked the block with them bitches, and then realized.
Oh, no, that's not what happened.
What happened?
They said we gonna go to the bathroom. They went to the bathroom. Me and B was standing by the bar. You said they came back and told you they about to go to this.
No, I said we was about to leave.
We was sitting at the bar waiting, and we watched them literally leave the bathroom and hit the door. They ran outside.
Them bitches finessed me out about $40. Take it on the chin.
But it was just the one. That's what I'm saying. That was just the one outlier. Cause I feel like you said the other situation when you bagged them and it went well and you go separate ways.
I bagged both bitches. I still had her bitch number on the phone.
But she.
Yeah, it went nowhere.
When you bought the drink, did you get her number?
Yes.
Huh.
He got.
But why buy the
What you sucking your teeth for?
Bro, come on, man.
What you sucking your teeth for?
What you gonna say, Mike?
No, I'm not letting him leave off at
because that doesn't. I think you trying to.
I went outside.
You trying to soften the hit.
Brandon went outside because Brandon bought drinks.
Don't soften the hit.
No, Brandon went outside because I bought drinks and got nothing but.
That's what I was asking. What did you guys say, right?
Why did you buy them drinks though?
Because I was trying to get them bitches away from me.
It was
because they were stuck together.
Was they
was in the way.
You coming off the screen. You got the hezo. Was they heads in the screen? Like
they was in the way of me isolating. Okay. So it's like, God damn, my nigga not here, and I wasn't dependent on him, but looking for him. But I think he might even have been talking to something else. I was like, my nigga not here. I gotta finesse it myself. $40. So it's like,
you just thought,
what you gonna do for the 40 ball?
What you gonna do for the 40 ball? So it's like, at that point in time, I just used $40 to get bitches away from the main attraction, but it didn't go how I thought, and it literally plan fell flat on his face. But you know, Brandon about bitches shit. You gotta be with me to get some.
I mean, once again, like I said, with that was just like an outlier moment. Yeah. It was a laugh, kind of laugh. With the Wingman shit, I always feel like it depends on your intent. Cause me personally, the discrepancy with the bad Wingman, mediocre Wingman, and the good Wingman. The good Wingman understands that this scenario does not align to him whatsoever. So if you going up to that situation, that's why I told you, Mike, I don't really align with the idea of only giving a motherfucker like two of those. Cause it was plenty of times with this. When I was out with this nigga, I had to take the L. But like I said, I was with somebody, so it's like this is nothing for me. I'm gonna just act like I give a fuck knowing I don't give a fuck. And it will always help him do his thing on the side, but I'm trying to entertain Shorty. But then there was moments when I was single, and I see what you said, because it's like
I still was like giving a bad bitch, nigga.
I was still getting some of the bad.
But I'm not saying you wasn't, but I wasn't.
This is the thing.
It was like 70-30.
Wingmanning has a couple different situations that come with different scenarios. For example, if we at the crib and you like, yo, I got some shorties coming through. I got some shorties coming through. My girl got this. I'm finna bring Shaniqua for you. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna handle that situation different than when we at the club and you want the badge on. Those two different. You know what I'm saying?
Like the badge.
Like
this nigga.
Because we all at the crib at the house party and Shaniqua wanna fuck. Mm-hmm. I'm not fucking Shaniqua just so you can fuck your fine bad piece. Nah, bro. I'm not fucking big Shaniqua over there. I think breathing on me.
I think it's
my nigga Jordan. My nigga Jordan fuck big Shaniqua for me.
I'm bored. But it's
back in the day, Jordan was like, you got to be about 2-something.
Bro, you gotta cut that shit out. For one, I love
women. Go back to that, cause I know y'all gonna see that first part where he like the big gorilla built niggas and all that. I don't judge y'all that.
Yeah, that's
alright. I want these niggas to stop lying. I really wish these niggas would stop lying.
Now everybody does have preferences.
I'm sorry, have you dated a bitch that was a side girl for your
I have, so you can this conversation.
But see,
Mike, stop it.
This is where I'll be kind of. I've only actually been with 3 girls.
Okay, what kind of? Have you entertained a super big bitch? No.
I've seen big girls and been like, oh, she's cute. I would.
What do that mean, nigga?
Did I engage in it?
No.
It wasn't because she was big. It might have been. It wasn't.
That nigga Mike like shit. I got this shit.
Yo, the fact that the fat bitches that's watching this right now still gonna want to fuck you. They don't got no options like that. They don't got no options like that.
All I'm saying was, every fat girl to me isn't ugly.
Nobody said that. What I'm telling you.
But see, that's why personally, because I am attracted to bigger women at times.
No, because we're saying 2 different things. Bigger women and fat, because it be times when you show me a broad, right, and you call her bigger, and I'm like, George, she's fat, and you be like, yeah, you right. Not all the time, but it's sometimes. You right. Motherfuckers flirt on the line where it's like, yeah, she, you know what I'm saying, she's thick. She's thick. No, she's not, nigga. She's built like
so big boned,
bro.
She's so
bitches be built like beluga whales. Talking about I'm thick, mommy. Yo, you're not,
bro.
What? Bitches don't be built like whales and manatees?
They do. But I'm trying to swing this back to the wingman topic because of the aspect. Because it was easier. This is the thing. Because I feel like, put it like, let's be real, let's be G real. Out of all 3 of us at this table right now, who would you say probably has more of an attraction? If the one had to have an attraction, who has the more of attraction to a bigger woman? Okay, so with the wingman shit for me,
No, you don't. No.
You better not.
No, but see, this is the thing, y'all. No. This is what y'all niggas do. Y'all will make blanket statements and say, it's a difference between big bitches, fat bitches, thick bitches. I'm saying Brandon don't want a bitch that's built like a washing machine and built terrible. Like, that's
nobody does.
Nobody wants that.
I don't either.
Okay, so.
But let's be real, them bitches. And you say this all the time. Don't they be having cute faces sometimes? Because I'm a face nigga. You know that. I tell you this all the time. The more attractive physical attribute that a female can have.
That shit cool, but it's like
that's why it's easier for me.
I hear you, but I got to be seen with you. So if I'm out and I gotta explain to my niggas and I see them, like if Mike see me out, one of my niggas see me out, and they see me with some bitch that was built like Chewbacca, and I'm like, I'm saying though, nigga, I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, she got that fire. Nah, if I have to explain it, what's understood ain't gotta be said. If I have to explain it, I know it's blood in the water. I know it's a problem. I don't want to be out with a bitch. I gotta.
No, I mean, you know me too. I also don't want to be seen. Yeah. But I think that I'm more aligned to, like I said, wingman. I'm already out. Like I've been out, and I've been in the streets and made out with the ugliest of the ugliest, and the biggest of the biggest.
Man, look, this shit. That's life. I'm not killing you for that. That's life. That shit happened. I'm not killing you for that. But what I don't like is when niggas like y'all get on this podcast and say shit like, nah, but we love that bitches over here. Y'all would be seeing with the kind of bitches you talking about right now. Stop it.
Behind closed doors, I might be attracted to them a little more than you giving credit.
Huh?
I said I might, behind closed doors, I may be a bit more attracted to them than you're giving me credit.
Yeah.
Behind what?
That's what I'm trying to say. Behind closed doors.
Oh,
I guess you're right.
Like I said, everyone has their preferences. If I had to choose my type,
and we discussing this because we typically are wingman for the wingman is dealing with the bigger Gargamel bitch out of bread with him.
If you're wingman and you don't have the most attractive female, that wingman is and the most attractive female ain't really going together.
It's a rarity that the wingman is getting a better bitch. You might have because it might be a situation where it's like, say me and Mike in the club, right? And I see a bitch by herself, or I see a woman by herself, and I go with her, but then it's like her friend come out midway, and I'm like, I'll be right back. I'm like, yo, Mike, she got a friend, but her friend might be better than her, but I only saw her initially. So it's like, yo, Mike, I'm talking to Shorty, and it's cool, but her friend over there. Now she bad, so both of them do your thing. So it's like situations like that happen, but they're kind of a rarity. So yeah, in most situations, women. Y'all gotta stop making it hard just because a dude try to come over there and talk to your friend, bro.
Yeah,
like, it's not our fault that we're not trying to talk to you. Yo, go do something, man. Go have a coconut smile or something.
The extent of the cop block is wild.
And we're not talking about the times where, again, all the stuff we're talking about, we ain't talking about the niggas that be chasing and whooping in the club, who calling the girl from across the hall and her friend tells you. We talking about guys that come correct.
Of course,
you just
respectful.
You just the bum friend on the side who didn't give you love. Don't pull your friend away from what I got going on because you're upset.
And you know the one excuse that I hate to hear once they try to explain, like, cause at certain moments and times, depending on the conversation how it's brought up, the chick that blocks like that has to explain herself. And the girls always be like, nah, but we got this little like go to where we know she not really into you. And I can see it. Bro, they just be, I swear to God, they just simply say, it's like, yo, you know all of this is coming from the bottom of your gut of hate. Like, you just hating right now, my nigga. Like, it's nothing else going on.
Because I just want to make sure she's okay and nothing happens to her. Shut up, bitch. Like, I ain't gonna do nothing. Look, I'm just trying to get her number. It don't even have to be I'm trying to slide her. Like, now she's gonna come and we both will sound clear mind and body. We can do that if she's a consenting adult. Because we here at the Problematic Gentleman Podcast are all about consent.
Yes,
100%. But if we both willing and consenting adults, get your burr-built mountain bear ass the fuck about my conversation when I'm having a conversation with your fine friend. Maybe you should have been born the fine friend. Sorry, you're not.
Tell them hit the gym a little bit. They said something.
Because you bitches don't be going to the gym.
A lot of y'all been keeping real.
Y'all be drinking flat tummy tea. All you have to do is drink flat tummy tea and shit your ass.
Yo, you know what would be the funniest? You ever go on Instagram and bitches be like putting up the comparison picture where they like, me 6 months ago, me now, look at the difference. I be like, bitch, it ain't goddamn difference.
Only difference be the font.
You still be...
Bitch be having the same outfit on that motherfucker. Like, yo, don't be doing that with me. Cause now, and once again, it's getting back to them lame niggas. You start liking them shits. Like, oh yeah, girls. No, you know that bitch ain't gonna try to do what you can't get some pussy.
You can't do it.
No, you don't, bro. You don't.
And I'm not mad at you for trying to make a change, but be genuine about your change.
Yes.
If you know damn well you ain't made no change, don't get on the gram posting look, this is just me. When I be seeing that, I'll be kind of turned off by that. Please don't show me your progress pictures. Like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see you looking like a polar bear before. It sounds, very shallow and all that.
It's the truth,
but I don't want to see that. I don't want to.
I understand the experience to you is extremely important, and we're in a society now where showcasing that means a lot. But like he said, we don't really care to see that. And to be honest with you, me and him always talk about it. When a bigger girl lose weight and she look good now,
talk about it, Ken.
In the past, I'm like, yeah, but you used to be like too.
Bro, I'm always look at you as that way. Bro.
It's crazy to say that shit, but it's the way it is.
Wait, y'all gotta explain this.
No, I'm gonna talk about.
I know me and we want to hear this.
My ex got mad at me for saying this one day. That's my dog Kingdom. I'm trying to fight and get out the room, but he good. What it is like I had an argument, not an argument, but like a little tiff with my ex because we was talking about. Matter of fact, I think it was a joint you told me about who had like posted up her progress pictures or something like that. Yeah. She used to be bigger than all outside. She used to be big as a house.
She look good as shit now.
But she look good now. But it's like, shorty, all that confidence is superficial. That don't mean nothing to me because you always gonna be that little fat girl on the inside.
Why though? And she put the time in work to.
Bro, that's cool, but like, don't miss me with that. I'm a bad bitch shit now.
What he's saying is like the mentality of who you was at that particular time of your life when you had that weight. I'm sure there's a shift where you then treat others differently because you now look differently. Okay. No, because I'm gonna be real with you. 9 times out of 10, that bigger chick that lost all that weight was more of a genuine, probably honest person. Yep. Where now you made an adjustment. You look like everything else on Instagram.
And I would ask that. Okay. That newfound fit or attractive woman. Would you date somebody that used to be built like you? No. Because you're superficial and you shallow and you're a terrible person. So, I mean, that's all I can really give it. That's why I go so hard because, like, don't act like you this newfound person because you always going to be that fat girl. You always going to be that ugly chick. You always going to be whatever you used to be. Like, don't come at me with this new bad bitch energy. A bad bitch is born. Bad bitches ain't made. I'm sorry. Bad bitches is born, my nigga. You born a bad bitch. You groomed to be a bad bitch. A bad bitch don't happen.
You can make a bad bitch.
Bad bitches don't happen when you're 26. I don't give a fuck what happened to you in your life. I don't care what transformation you go through. Bad bitch don't start mid-30. Bad bitch don't start 25. Bad bitch don't start.
You talking about on the inside.
No, exactly. I'm talking about inside. I'm not talking about your looks because we all have glow-ups. We all change. We all can, develop and go through puberty and all that other fly shit. But it's like, as far as your mentality, a bad bitch is born, dog. A bad bitch is grown to be a bad bitch based on her environment, based on her mentality. It's based on what she knows and does. I don't know a bitch that wakes up at 26 and be like, I'm a bad bitch starting the day because it's never gonna be genuine and real niggas can smell that shit like blood in the water and a shark. Like you can't fool me with that. I can smell it a mile away, dog. You can't come up to me giving me this bad bitch energy because it's not genuine. I know it's not genuine. So all that shit you talking, it falls on deaf ears. But that's just me, and that's why I go and approach those situations like that, because it's like, okay, shorty, you got gastric bypass surgery, or you got all the fat sucked out your motherfucking legs, so you're not built like an elephant no more. What?
Yo, bro, we talking about Wingman right
now. Oh, my bad.
But getting that back, like I said, I've been trying to align it back to that from the beginning. You gotta understand, like we said.
I need a blow real quick.
Typically in those scenarios, the bigger chick is always gonna be the one friend that's blocking. That's what I've always come across, and that's why, like I said, when I was out in the streets, I'm not really out like that. I'm retired. I got the cleats hung up, but
you were retired because of COVID. Let's keep it a stack.
I mean, we was getting there though. We can't say
we was getting there. We was getting there. We old. You know. Me and Jordan old.
Yeah. So right. So it's kind of like, all right. But in this scenario, I will say this though. What would you say like are some like big no's that you don't want to see out of a nigga that's healthy? Like that is wingman for you. Like what's like a go? Like yo, you cannot do this. Like it's a no.
One thing I would say is you cannot make her lose your attention. Like, you gotta keep their attention until I'm done running my game. Because 9 times out of 10, if you wingmaning, I'm going to get the number. Like, my intention is to get the number of shorty. I'm trying to, you feel me, see what she's doing after this.
Right.
See what's actually going on.
You gotta keep that going as you're trying to put in that word.
Our conversation isn't gonna be, unless it's just, let me get your number, we gonna talk after. But with me, I want a number, we're gonna talk a little bit. Because if I'm coming up to you and I got my man's wingman, and this is a situation like, okay, shawty over there, she catching my eye, she got my interest.
Right.
So I need you to be able to hold this conversation.
However much time I need.
Because it's been times that I've been out in Texas, I can honestly say that my guys have been good wingmans. I can be in Texas and I'm talking to a girl, and it's been 2-3 minutes, and now he coming back to me like, yeah, bro.
Boy, you might want to throw a grenade in the motherfucker.
And I'm not done what I'm doing. I might not have got the number yet, or I got the number, but I ain't got where she going after. So what I got cooking isn't done. So as my wingman, don't jump ship early.
Yes.
You don't leave until I leave.
Bro, power through that bullshit that you're going through.
You got to find a way.
You got to fight tooth and nail through that, because this situation ain't even about you.
And that's why, like, bro, honestly, I like that shit, because once again, I feel like with me personally, B, you know how this go. Because this is essential to getting things right when you're doing that wingman shit. Because see, ladies, don't ever think that it's a motherfucking coincidence when you and your girl is out. And y'all, you know y'all like to dance in front of each other. So this is the other girl, this is the girl. And I'm talking to B, y'all like shorty, blah, blah, blah. And it's always a bunch of motherfuckers around them, but you got your eye on them. So then, and we've had our fumbles on this, and I hate when it happens, because I be thinking sometimes that we could have made it happen. Yo, you swing around.
Right.
So I'm like, be in unison though. You gotta go up to where like y'all both match, so that they both look back.
Hit too early.
They both look back. I'm right here, like yeah.
Jordan can't pull up before I bend the corner. I can't you have to match.
Right. But what be killing me is this nigga sometimes when it don't happen and it's not in unison, and it like, cause what happens is the chick might like me. So like say B couldn't get to shorty, something happened, right? And I'm dancing with her, but now she see that her girlfriend is dancing awkwardly by herself, so she like trying to enjoy her time with me, but then she like, and she go to her friend, I go to B, be like, yo, there's too much niggas in the way, dog. but you be knowing it's the truth, it's like, damn, we gotta make that happen.
Like you got to.
Bro, I'm like, you gotta go through these niggas,
bro. So like you cause I can speak about situations like. I'll say my situation, then like you want to talk about the one situation we always revert back to?
No, let's. So like I said, mine was holding the fort, keeping the time. I need time. Okay. For you, let's go with you, Big. For wingmaning, what is something that, in your experience, or if you were like, this is what you need to do as a wingman. We got timing. I mean, we got holding down the fort, whatever you want to call it.
Right. And then for me, it was just like that dancing shit is essential.
Right. It's to me, it's like. Bro, please don't. It's been times, right? And I'll give you an example because I can say it better than I can really just speak.
Right.
It's like me and my homie, right? Like I was already going up there because I had bagged Shorty. Remember, like I had bagged Shorty when we was out Philly, and I bagged her when we had left the club, right? Because we were with another group of bros.
Yeah.
And I bagged her, remember? And then I just got a number and we left. That was the end of the situation. And so me and Shorty texted talking probably over the course of a couple weeks. And she was like, yo, I'm about to be out Philly tonight because she lived in Conshohocken. All y'all who don't know that's listening, it's like 10 minutes outside of Philly. So she was like, she gonna be out there with her friends. So I'm like, all right. I was gonna go out there, though. I think I called you first. Then I had another one of my homies, because you was wrapped up in something you couldn't go. Called another one of my homies. He was like, all right, I'm with it. And I was like, cool. Just so you know, if I end up linking with Shorty for the night, I'll drive us, but you're gonna have to Uber yourself on home. Because I'm driving up there. And if I get a nightcap, you're gonna have to find your way home. Are you cool with that before you come? He was like, yeah. So we go up there. Me and him get to the club first. We chilling, just going on the scene, whatever. Just relaxing. So Shorty get there. She with like 4 or 5 friends. So it's like, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Right. So it's like, one, I'm talking to Shorty, and then my man talking to her, one of her girlfriends. She giving them play. Mind you, they live together. Keep in mind, they live together. Both these chicks who are friends live together. They giving me play, they giving my man play. So it's like, they talking, and my homie, he flirts on a lot of introvert, extrovert. So it's like, he just kind of like, we had a table, like a big club table, probably like let's see 8 people, me and then me, my man, and then like 4 other broads. So his social meter in the middle of the conversation just go like, wang. So it's like, then he not even really talking to the homegirl no more. So it's like, here go 4 or 5 other broads. It's like, all right. But this is why I'll be confident in my abilities. I was like, let me take over. Let me call it.
B had to check in.
Bro, I was like, you know what? Shadow clone Tom. So it's like, I started just, engaging all the chicks in conversation, telling jokes, talking, laughing, whatever the fuck. My homie wasn't giving me too much help, but I was like, fuck it, I got it on deck anyway, because I'm already knowing great slide. And if my man would have worked like I was working, he could have slid back with me. Mm-hmm. So it's like, me and Shorty wrapping it up, and then, like, cause it's already a done deal from the time we got up there. Right. But it's like, he ain't feel no kind of way, but I'm like, bro, because he had to catch an Uber home. Like, bro, like, homegirl lived with Shorty. If you just, like, put in some effort, you could have came back. I could have took us all back to the crib.
Mm-hmm. You told him that? Oh, no.
I did tell him that.
This is the thing. Did you tell him that after? Did he put the work in?
He knew they lived together.
Oh, yeah.
He knew they lived together. I was like, bro, they live together. So why don't you, and I didn't say this part, but it's like, it should be understood to like, yo, stay on Shorty. We gonna go back. We gonna do our thing, and I'm gonna drive us home, nigga, in the morning. Mm-hmm. But it was a thing where it's like, I took Shorty back. Me and her went back. Her friend came back a little bit later. My man's Uber home, and I went back to her crib, did my thing, and I probably left after a couple hours. But it's like, damn, my nigga had to shoulder the burden of all that.
Bro, that is a sense like that kind of directly aligns to what Mikey was saying with the timing, like that. You gotta make sure, like, all right, I understand the introvert extrovert shit. But in this moment, the meter, it can't vary, my nigga. It has to stay 100%.
Not here right now.
You gotta stay consistent because, like,
the moment you start doing this shit, it fucks everything. Like I said, you might as well take the grenade and throw it in the bunker.
And bras get put off like not say awkward silence, but it wasn't awkward silence. But it's like when Shorty, her friend stopped getting consistent conversations from my man, and it was like,
it's like drying up everything.
Her. It's a dub on whatever with her. Yeah. But it's like I'm not about to miss out on this pussy. So I'm like, yeah, look, all y'all bitches come enjoy my conversation because I got y'all. So it's like after that, they saw her
the comedy stuff.
Fit ass. So after that, held all that down and I left with homegirl, but it's like, bro, it could have been all so simple. We could have both slid these bros. We both could have had a fun night, talked about it, laughed it up with the homies and all that. But then it's just like, you ever at the end of the day, it's just like I came out, but it's like I wanted my man to come out on top with me.
Right, because he had a moment to win.
Yeah, he had a moment to win. I'm like, here go this lay, and that thing was like, yeah, I'm
cool. That's what I'm saying, bro. That wingman shit is essential. Me personally, me, like, that's the thing with me now, too. That's a very underrated thing. Like, I'm a solo nigga. I've been going out solo a lot recently because it's just like, in those moments, it's not anything to speak to my friends and the niggas around me. Like, you only reliable for yourself. So if you do some fuck shit, if you did some fuck shit, right. If you hit a home run and you knock it out the park, you hit a home run and you knock it out the park. Mm-hmm. So as a wingman, I just take that exact same energy that I always have by myself when I go out solo trips or do whatever I do, my solo missions. I swing that into the wingman aspect. But
to kind of bring all that together, most of the time, if y'all have that, your friends who are bad wingmen are bad at being the nigga you wingmaning for. Like,
right.
The person
you probably have never had.
You know what I'm saying? The person that is bad at wingmaning, 9, 8 times out of 10, if they was the person who was trying to spit the game in the beginning, it would be just as difficult.
I've seen niggas, right? I've seen niggas where it's like, it's not even like I'm winging if you winging for me. No, it's two bitches, we on two bitches. So it's like, it ain't even no wingman shit, it's like we both striking.
Right.
So it's like we both pull up and it's like my shit might be going good and you might get dubbed and it's like social media. So it's like you're not trying to fuck with it no more, but it's like, nigga, you still got to keep that up. Fuck, alright, you killed it for yourself, but you still gotta keep it. Even if you didn't do anything to destroy it, she might have just not been trying to give you a number or link up, whatever. Bro, still keep that shit going because I still ain't wrapped it up yet, nigga.
Right.
Nigga, it's 11:30 at the club, nigga. We
ain't nowhere near.
Bro, like, so it's like I've seen that happen too, where it's like, bro, it's not even wingman shit. It's just like we both pull it up on bros, and then my situation may have been good, and I've been on the other side where it's like it may have been me and this nigga. It's two bros. Fuck that. It was me and this nigga on my birthday, and it was two bros, right? So this is years ago. It's probably like 4 or 5 years ago. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So it's me and this nigga, like, on my birthday, we leaving the club, right? No success. And then I'm like, damn, nigga, my birthday grade is trash. And this nigga like, nigga, it's your birthday. What you trying to get on? And it's two bitches right in front of us. So he like, nigga, which one you want? I'm like, that one. So he pull up on the other one. We walk these bras all the way home for like 3 blocks, talk to them. My joint on go, nigga.
You know.
Go.
That whole roommate shit was what fucked it up.
Yeah, and like, and his joint was kind of on go too. But there's just like, we live in a sorority house, so we can't even like, our roommate going trick because she don't be getting dudes like that, this, that, and third. It's like, cool, whatever. So, but I say that to say, he still kept up with the chick he was dealing with, because it's like he could have easily be like, damn, this shit gonna be a dub.
You be getting all this love and I ain't getting as much love. I'm out. No, can't.
You cannot do that, bro. You gotta stay
all the way,
bro.
follow through.
Because because like we had finesse, we bagged both of them. We both got the numbers, and we was gonna go up the next day to link up with them, because they was popping shit. They was talking about we with it and all that.
But like you said, if nobody put themselves out there to create that moment, it would have never happened. Right. And we continued in unison as we did that. Nothing stopped. So, bro, that's all that it takes. That's all that y'all gotta really do when it comes to the idea of doing that shit, for real.
I personally don't think it's too hard of a concept to grasp. It's just that, like, as a dude, you gotta understand, bro, like, it's not always about me. It's like, I gotta make sure my niggas are straight. I gotta make sure the homies is getting their desired result, because if I pull up on you, what?
Wait, what story were you telling? You said something earlier about a story. Like, you said you want to get in a story to wrap it up.
I was thinking about like a movie I wanted to equate it to. It wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing. But like at the end of the day, it's all about like, if Jordan tell me something, or Mikey tell me something, one of my other homies tell me, be like, yo, I'm trying to get her friends in the way. No matter what, I got to go over there and hold them down. Even if they elephant, whatever, they could be trash looking, bro. Like, I don't want to.
You gotta hold it, cause you only doing it for a certain amount of time, nigga.
Bro, it's like, I'm not trying to bag for a wife. I'm just, bro, I'm playing pass protection. Like, I'm helping my homie out because he clearly sees a chick he likes and he's trying to strike or get the number or do whatever. And I can't. It would behoove me to let that go through, and I'd be looking at myself in the wrong, like, damn, my man trying to get something, and I ain't even help him out when I could have. Damn, I'm fucking up. Right. But I always live my life with my niggas like, yeah, I got y'all niggas, bro. We see some bitches, we on these hoes. Like.
Exactly. So, to wrap these two subjects up, I think we spoke to them a lot. I think we kind of covered some things. I hope y'all learned some shit, because this is what we here for. We here to teach. And we actually want you, like I said, when we start having guests come on this show, we want to be taught some shit, especially you ladies. I know some things that y'all can tell us that we just simply don't know right now. We might sound like some ignorant niggas, but you know,
I'm not
problematic for a reason.
5 fucking words. I'm sorry. I was wrong.
Yeah, okay. Reel it in, Mike. Reel it in.
To wrap up the accountability part for women, I'm sorry. I was wrong. If you don't take nothing else from what we talked about for accountability,
and be genuine about it, because make sure you're genuine about it, because it's one thing to say it, like, oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Bitch, fuck you. Like, be genuine about it when you say it. Right. I'm sorry, I was wrong. But then you should add another word. Yeah. Because.
Let it be.
And this is why. Because it's like, that's cool for the apology, because let me know you're acknowledging what you did wrong. But please, let me know how you avoid this situation going forward, and what you'll do, what the necessary steps you'll do, so we don't have to circle this wagon, dog.
That's what we asked. And then the wingman shit, fellas, understand, like you said, timing. It is everything. Understand the essentials of wingman. It starts with the timing. If my man is over there putting in work for, I don't know, 30 minutes, guess what I'm gonna do? Put in work for 30 minutes. And then
until he wraps
dancing,
it up, bro.
Exactly. I'm saying match the time. And then with the dancing shit, because that's big. Y'all love to dance. Females love to dance. Even though y'all be trying to play stupid when nigga walk like, oh my God, I don't want to dance. But you know you want to dance. Or you just here for a test. You literally came to the club to probably just try to turn niggas down. That's cool. I ain't gonna kill you for that. That's a topic.
Stay your corn above the head ass home if you just come to dance with your
That's a topic for another day. But like I said, fellas, that unison shit is important. Don't be laughing at your homie when he get dubbed. Don't do that. Be there with him. If y'all get dubbed, y'all get dubbed together. That's cool. But the unison is everything when it comes to this shit. It starts off well. It typically starts off well.
Hey man, look. We covered all three of us covered all the subjects that we wanted to talk about today. I felt like we got to the meat and potatoes of what we set out to do. And it's just at the end of the day, we're going to talk about a wide array of topics on every episode. Some going to be a little heavier than others. Some going to be a little bit more lighthearted. You might get a little more laughs on other episodes. But it's like at the end of the day, we always want to leave with driving a point home. And I feel like we drove a point home today in the Wingman shit and with being accountability because
we spoke to all aspects of it.
All aspects. And it's not
what
like
we can do different, what they can do different.
Right. So it's not like we just coming from a place of like, well, ladies, y'all need to do this and be perfect because we dudes. No, it's like we can work on things better. We can be accountable in certain areas just like y'all could be, but it all starts with an open dialogue from both parties and both sexes and just like what can we do to be better, because a lot of the time I think we're taught in this generation we are in to just be too cool to say what's really going on, what really bothers us, and that you gonna run into a wall every time.
Every time. Especially again when we are talking about these things, we are coming from a situation as guys who have their shit together. We ain't no bum ass niggas who are talking about niggas that are thirsty and niggas. No. Women, it's okay to apologize to niggas who are in a position to get apologized to.
Right.
That is what we're.
That's key, actually.
This is he talking all crazy. You might think he's crazy. His shit is together. He's
so
allowed
he was comfortable to say that. If he wasn't, he wouldn't talk like that. That's how it works. So like I said, accountability. It rolls around a full range of everything. So ladies and gentlemen, until next time.
This is a Problematic Gentleman podcast. I am your gracious host, Brandon, and these are my niggas,
Jordan
and G's.
Yes, sir.